Okay, so I am going to be attempting to read for 24 hours straight. This is to celebrate 2,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for 2,000. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted. I'm trying to restart my Kindle. Also, I just woke up like 2 minutes ago, so if I seem really out of it, that's why. I was in like the weirdest reading slump all through May, so I'm hoping this might be able to fix it. Also, guys, I just received Anne Liang's new novella for I Hope This Doesn't Find You. She gave it like a new cover and everything. Look, guys, this is it. I'm so excited. I'm also getting her other newest book today. Never thought I'd end up here. It's coming in the mail today. I'm not gonna do a timer for this challenge because last time I did a timer, I just kept staring at it. I'm gonna start at 11:30 a.m. today and end at 11:30 a.m. tomorrow. So as you can see right now, 11:30 almost. I'm actually pretty good at pulling off all-nighters. My sleep schedule right now is so messed up. So I think I'll be able to do this, and that's pretty much it. So I'm probably just gonna get started right now. I started this book called The Heart's Invisible Furies by John Boyne. He's the author of Boy in the Striped Pajamas. I've never read that book, but I've heard of it. I know it seemed like I was gonna start an Anne Liang book before, but I've been wanting to read this one for a while since I bought it. So I thought I would start with this one, but I didn't realize how big this book was until I saw like the percentage bar wasn't moving, and like the thing at the bottom said it's going to take me 17 hours to read this, so I'm hoping I can go a bit faster. Oh, also we're past hour 1. This book's pretty good so far. It's like historical fiction, although I am confused about who the main character is because when I read the description on the back I thought it was someone else, and I think it is. We're like in this weird perspective right now of this mother's unborn child, but he's already born, but he's like telling the story of how his mother got to where she is right now. I don't really know how else to explain that. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. The reason why I bought this book was because the description on the back seemed like there was a subplot romance in here, so I'm kind of waiting to get to the current timeline of whoever our main character is because we haven't really been introduced to him yet. I've been trying to sneak back to the car just to give you guys updates. I really don't know how to feel about the book right now. I mean, I'm not exactly bored, but I don't know if I'm entertained. Oh, we finally got a name for our main character. It's like Cyril. Also, the way the first chapter ended was crazy. Oh, right, and we're on hour 2, almost 3. I don't really know if I'll continue with this book. I might switch to another one. I might also read a bit more to see what I think, and then if I switch books later, I'll obviously let you guys know. Okay, I'm kind of bored now. Also, we're sort of on hour 4. I don't know. I'm just not getting attached to any of these characters. Like, life is passing by and we're getting to know them. And some of their stories are really interesting. I think it's just being told in a way where I'm not getting attached to them for some reason. And I don't know why. I think I might switch books. Might come back to this one later, but I probably won't if I'm being honest. But also, guys, look what came in the mail. I need scissors. I can't rip this open. Ta-da! Oh my god, guys, look. It's gorgeous. Here it is. Never thought I'd end up here by Anne Liang. Honestly, I might switch to this book. Okay, I'm like losing count here, but I think we're on hour 5. I can tell I'm already gonna like this one a lot more than the other book. Also, in the description right here, it says Leah Zhang has ruined her cousin's wedding, and that kind of scares me. So I'm like wondering what's gonna happen because I didn't read any more of that other than the top right here. Also, I know it's been 1 hour since I talked to you guys, but I couldn't read too much of this because I had to go out to eat. And also, I'm about to go to my brother's soccer game in like 30 minutes, so I don't know how much reading I'm gonna get done out there, but I'll do my best. Also, with Anne Liang's main characters, I love how they have this one specific big trait about them. Like with this girl Leah, she's obsessed with being beautiful, and so I'm kind of wondering like how that's going to be incorporated into the story. Okay, I don't actually know what hour we're on now, but it's 7:30 p.m. I didn't get very far in the book because I was watching my brother's soccer game. The wedding, the way it ended was a disaster. Also, I think I'm going to like the couple in this book. I really like the main love interest. I didn't know this was going to be enemies to lovers. I kind of just thought it would be she would meet some random stranger on the train for some reason, and that this would be some sort of traveling romance because there's a train on the cover. It's now 8:30. Made it to page 50 of the book. So Leah's mother is sending her on like this 2-week trip to a tour around China, and coincidentally Cyrus is there, who's the main love interest. We also saw him at the wedding because apparently he wanted to talk to Leia's aunt, but he didn't get the chance to, and so because this is Leia's aunt's program, I'm guessing that's why he signed up. Yeah, apparently he was the guy who ruined her life in high school, but also it seems like there's some sort of misunderstanding between them. I don't know, I'm just wondering what it is. Also, Leia's planning on getting revenge on him by like making him fall in love with her and then ripping his heart to pieces. Also, there was this one little cute moment between them where like a guy in this same group said, "Did you two have a fling or something?" And then Leia kind of wanted to get back at Cyrus for torturing her in the past, and so she's like, "Oh yeah, he used to be obsessed with me and still is." And then the guy's like, "Well, I'll help you get over her and everything." And then Cyrus is like, "What if I don't want to?" I also feel like it's pretty common with Anne Liang's love interests where the main character knew them somehow in the past, where either they hated them or they left for some reason and then they reunited in the future. Not saying I don't like that though. I enjoy it every single time, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't keep reading her books. Still reading the same book I just took took the dust jacket off. We're now on hour whatever this is. It's almost 9:30. I'm really liking this book though. I really like Cyrus. Literally the only reason he went on this trip in the first place was to get a letter of recommendation. Also, the interactions between him and Leia are so good. They're so cute. Right now they're in Shanghai. Also, I forgot to mention before that Leia used to be a model, but she quit and now she's trying to find out what she wants to do. Also, they just took a test to see like how good their Chinese is, and Leia's is really bad, which is how she got into this situation in the first place. And apparently at the end of this trip there's some sort of competition and they have to pair up with a person. So the teacher paired them up with the best and then the worst students, and it ended with Cyrus and Leia being together. Okay, sorry, we got interrupted, but I also just wanted to mention I really like the side characters. So far the two we're getting to know the most are Oliver and Daisy. Daisy is Leia's roommate right now, and I think Oliver is Cyrus's roommate. I also forgot to mention there was this really cute moment on the plane where there was turbulence happening, and so Leia was trying to comfort Cyrus because he's scared of flying. And then there was also this moment where they were going onto the boat and they had to walk up this ramp thing, and Leia was wearing heels, and so she grabbed onto Cyrus's arm and he like 10-step underneath her touch. Obviously most of this is part of her evil plan to get back at him. She's really going through the steps of, okay, I need to do this and this just to make it really hurt. Oh my god, and something funny that happened before the test began, the teacher was like, if you guys have any questions, don't ask me, just figure it out yourselves. And I was like, oh my god, that's so unhelpful. I don't know why it was so funny, I just burst out laughing. Also, I find Anne Liang's characters, like main characters, to be really relatable. Like, it's not even small things, it's like these big things about the character that I could just like, wow, that's me. And the way Cyrus and Leia know like these little things about each other because they used to secretly watch each other in the past until now, it's so good. Also, I'm reading a lot slower than I normally do. I think it's the 24-hour challenge that's kind of stressing me out, but again, I'm really liking this book, so I'm kind of hoping to forget the clocks there and kind of just read. Okay, it's almost 10:30 p.m. Daisy is so cute. There was like this one scene where she was waiting in line for kanji, and then whenever a stranger showed up she would let them in front of her, and instead of progressing further in the line she would keep going further and further back. She's so cute, but she's way too nice. Also, Daisy and Oliver are partners for this thing. Apparently the competition is happening throughout the tour and not just at the end of the tour, and the results will be showed at the end of the tour. But Daisy and Oliver's dynamic is so cute because she's like the quiet type and he's like the very eager chatty type, and then there's Cyrus and Leia, and even though Leia wants revenge against him, she's kind of getting along with him without realizing. Like, they're doing an escape room right now, and there was this quote at the end of the chapter where like when they completed the escape room she turned around to give him a high five, and then the quote is, I see an alternative history sprawled out between us where we might have been childhood friends instead of childhood enemies, playing made-up games under the shade of an old oak, where he hadn't devoted his life to making mine miserable, where he hadn't lied and destroyed everything. Honestly, that gave me chills. That was so good. Also, the way Leia teases him and then he gets so flustered and turns red. Okay, it is now 11:30. We're halfway there. I'm also almost halfway done the book. There are so many little moments happening between them now, and honestly them just talking to each other is making me way too happy. There was this one scene for like the competition in the market where they had to go buy stuff, and then they were walking around for so long and Leia was walking in heels that her feet started hurting, and so he took her to like a pharmacy or whatever and bought her band-aids and put them on her feet for her. And then I love Leia being surprised, like, why has he changed so much and why is he so nice now? Although it is slightly making her angry now because she thinks he's doing it out of guilt, and that's kind of scary. Like, every time her little plan comes up again, like her revenge plan, I'm just like, oh my god, no girl, you're ruining the moment, please stop. There was also another scene on like, I don't really know what they're on now, I think they're either on a plane or a train or something, and there was this woman coming down with her cart of snacks, and Leia was looking at them, but then she felt self-conscious because she was like, I want so many things but people might judge me. And so Cyrus saw that she was looking at the snacks and saw that she wanted them, and he literally bought half the cart for her. Like, guys, it's getting so good. Also, Oliver and Daisy are so cute. I don't know if they're going to be a thing at all, but I really want a book about them if they are. I boiled water and now I'm making instant ramen in a bowl. I'm really hoping this will keep me awake. It's around 12:30, so we learned about Leia and Cyrus's past and what happened with them. It's not great, but I'm hoping his reason later will make up for it, because it seems like he wants to tell her something but he hasn't, and so I'm waiting for that. Also, there are surprisingly a lot of funny moments in this book that I really wasn't expecting. Like when they were doing the haunted escape room thing, there was like this jump scare where a guy came out of nowhere and Cyrus just screamed, and then Leia was teasing him for it. And then later on, when they went to another hotel at the next place they're visiting, Cyrus and Oliver accidentally got put into a couple's room or like a honeymoon room or a sweetheart's room or whatever you call it, and they were complaining in the hall about it, and Leia heard them, and so she went to go talk to them, and then she started laughing and I started laughing, and it was actually so funny. Also, I love all these characters. They're so sweet, every single one of them, because like there was this one thing they did where they wrote anonymous compliments on paper, each and every single one of them, about every single person, and the notes Leia got, especially the last one, you know this one's from Cyrus. Like, come on, he wants to major in literature. This just screams Cyrus. Leia, you remind me of the greatest sculptors who can turn marble into the impression of billowing silk, the coldest stone into something soft. I suppose what I'm trying to say is that everything you touch turns beautiful. The world becomes beautiful as long as there's you. Like, come on. Like, now because of this book, I'm trying to manifest a trip where I go to like some other country and I meet a bunch of random strangers strangers my age and we all become close friends, even though I've literally never been out of Canada, but still, it could happen. Okay, it's now 1 a.m. Also, look at my giant tub of watermelon. Okay, so after this update, I'm gonna take a quick break and go take a shower because I'm getting to the point where, I don't know if this happens to anyone else, but when I'm really feeling tired or starting to feel tired, I get all jittery. Like, I feel my whole body starting to shake just from the exhaustion. So I'm really hoping that shower will go wake me up. Anyways, before that, I stopped on 179 chapter 13. Not much has happened since I last updated you guys because it's only been like 20 minutes. But there was this one scene where she got like 2 mosquito bites on her eyes. And so Leia was like freaking out in the mirror, deciding like, oh my god, what should I do? So she ran out of her hotel room to go to the mall to buy sunglasses. Then she ran into Cyrus and he gave her sunglasses and medicine for the mosquito bites. Also, she finally realized like, oh my god, I think he's actually a nice person and not pretending. Thank god. Because the whole time she was like, oh my god, he's freaking me out. Which, reasonable. He was pretty terrible-ish in the past. And then he became like a completely different person. And so after he gave her the sunglasses, she's just like, oh my god, he might be genuinely a nice person now. But yeah, I'm gonna go take a shower. Might look crazy afterwards, but I'll see you guys later. We are now past 2:30 a.m. Honestly, I can't believe I've lasted this long. I thought I would fall asleep. I'm avoiding lying down because normally when I lie down, I just completely pass out. So I'm now on page 215, chapter 15. I love them so much. Literally, whenever Cyrus sees that she wants something but never gets it for herself, he gets it for her. He bought her a flower crown, guys. Also, Leia is totally falling for him because they had this thing in the competition where they were supposed to take 5 pictures or like take pictures and turn in 5, and she took a picture of him without him looking. Also, I love Oliver. Like, I've grown to gradually love him, but sometimes I really want to punch him in the face. He's ruining the moment. Also, I'm reading a scene right now where Leia had to sneak into Cyrus's room because they needed to pick the 5 photos they were going to turn in, and they didn't realize that they had went past curfew and the teacher was walking by Cyrus's room, and so Leia was like, I have to wait here until he goes away. But then she was getting sleepy, and so she's like, can I sleep in your bed for a second? And so while she's laying in Cyrus's bed, Cyrus sits down on the floor and starts reading, and then she's like, can you read to me? And he starts reading to her, and then at the end of the chapter there's this where she's like, you have a nice voice. He pauses, you must be tired. And then she says, what? And then he says, when you're tired, he says, you forget to hate me. And then she says, I forget to hate you a lot of the time. Oh my god, it's getting so good. We are now at 3:30. I did lie down for a second while reading, but I didn't fall asleep. I'm almost done. I have like that small sliver right there. We finally got a kiss scene. Also, that confession was so good. And I love the friendship that Leia and Oliver have developed. Also, Leia and Daisy. I don't know if this is going to become like a standalone series or not, but I really hope it does because I want a book for Oliver and Daisy, even if they don't get together. Like book 2 Oliver and then book 3 Daisy, or like switched around, obviously. Also, I want Oliver to have his own love story so badly because the way he described like his past relationships and past confessions, that's the main reason why. I just want him to have his own happy ending. So it is now 5 a.m. and I finished Never Thought I'd End Up Here by Anne Liang. I gave this a 4 out of 5. There was a 3rd act breakup scare near the ending, but it got fixed pretty quickly. Also, I loved Leia and Daisy's friendship in here because I was really hoping in the beginning that they would become close, and then by the end they became best friends. Also, for a second, I don't know why, I forgot everyone who went on the tour came from the same city. Like, they literally showed up at the same airport in the beginning of the book. I don't know why I thought they handpicked each and every single one of them from different places to go on this tour. Oh my god. And then Cal showed up near the ending of the book. I don't know what was going on there, but that happened. And that's pretty much it. I still have about 6 hours and 30 minutes to go in the challenge, so I'm gonna pick my next book and hopefully I don't fall asleep. So it's now 11:30 a.m. in the morning. I did kind of fail reading for 24 hours straight. I did fall asleep. I think the last time I looked at the clock, it was like 5:30, and then I just passed out afterwards. Don't worry, I'm still gonna read for 24 hours. It's just obviously not gonna be for 24 hours straight anymore. So I'm just gonna say I have around 6 more hours left because I fell asleep around 5:30. So I'll stop reading around 5 p.m. So the book I tried reading last night before I fell asleep was We'll Prescribe You a Cat by Seo Ishida. I tried picking a short book to like keep my attention span up. Obviously did not work very well, but yeah, hopefully in the next 6 hours I can finish this. It's almost 1:30. I didn't get too far into this book. I don't know, I think I'm getting bored. It's what you'd expect because title pretty obvious. Like, patient comes into the clinic, doctor gives them a cat, patient thinks they're getting scammed for a second. I think I could enjoy this book, I'm just really not in the mood for it. So I think I might start the new novella by Anne Liang. I hope this finds you. We're almost at 2:30 and oh my god, I love them so much. I didn't know this novella was going to be dual POV. Like, it's making it so much better. So they had this bet going on where whoever got the highest score on their next test, they would plan their trip to the US, and they both got the same score, but the trip they planned was for 2 weeks, and so now Julius is getting to plan 1 week and then Sadie is getting to plan the second week. But I just love seeing their relationship in this book because they still have like that competitive edge to them, but at the same time it's less intense than the first book. So they'll say one thing where it's like, I'm gonna beat you in the next test, and then 1 second later they'll be like, oh, by the way, good luck, love you. It's so cute and so funny. 3:30. Also, I'm rewatching Glee. I'm over halfway through the book now. I didn't realize it, and I hope this doesn't find you because he was kind of a jerk, but Julius's brother is kind of funny actually, because like Julius describes him as things just fall into his lap, right? Like all his accomplishments and everything, and how he's good at writing, how he's good at all sorts of other things. So he was telling the story of his brother where he was talking at the dinner table, and his brother suddenly just said, oh yeah, my art's being sold at an auction, and he's never painted before in his life. And then because Julius and Sadie's trip is in the same place as the auction, they go to the auction and see his painting, and it's just a canvas with a singular dot in the center. And Julius and Sadie are just like, are you serious? While everyone around them is just sobbing at this painting because they think it's so amazing. Also, I didn't notice until now, but Anne Liang has a lot of funny moments in her books. Their trip is going so well though, because after they graduate, they'll be going to different universities, but they're in the same state. And right now, Julius and Sadie are walking around the university Sadie's going to go to. And he also planned a picnic for them. He literally planned this whole trip around her, and it's so sweet. Okay, 4:30, we have 1 more hour left. I think I can finish the book before the time's up. I'm at 84% right now. I love seeing them both just live life and getting to experience new things together. Like, it's so enjoyable. If Anne Liang writes a book whenever they went on a trip, I would read every single one of them. I kind of hope she writes novellas for other couples, see like what they'll do after graduation or like before graduation. This couple is definitely my favorite out of all her books though. I don't know, I just think their dynamic is so fun. I also want a novella about them when they go off to college and like what their relationship will be like when they're in college, because they're both going to rival schools, so I feel like that would be interesting to read about. Also, Julius, oh my god, Sadie was literally asking him, are you sure you want to drive an hour just to see me? And he was like, I would take a 16-hour plane ride just to see you. And also, they went to a bar and this guy spilled a drink on Julius's shirt, and Sadie, literally being so much shorter than that man, she was like, apologize to him now. They're both so protective over each other. I love it. So I finished I Hope This Finds You by Anne Liang. Sadly, this book isn't on Goodreads, so I can't add it to my Goodreads goal or anything, but out of 5, I think I'd rate it like a 4. It was just a really cute, sweet, short novella. Also, it was nice to return to like this world and the characters, but it is officially the end of our 24-hour readathon. It's now 5:30. I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't see that very well. This was actually the first time I tried to read for 24 hours straight. Obviously, I failed, but maybe next time I'll try again. I don't know. I do actually prefer the method of just clocking in and out so I can actually sleep, but I might try the 24 hours straight thing again. And yeah, that's pretty much it. In total, we read 1 book, 1 novella, and then like 10% of that first book that I read. So that's pretty much it. I think I'm gonna end the video here. Once again, thank you all so much for 2,000 subscribers. I love you all so much, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!